Trustee Paulsen.
Here.
Trustee Hacker. Here. Trustee Lucas.
Here.
Trustee Electa.
Here.
Supervisor Prater.
Here. Please stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Review and approval of the minutes from the regular board meeting held on April 6, 2023. I'm sorry, April 10th, 2023. I'm sorry, I said the 6th.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Thank you, Trustee Lucas.
A second.
Thank you, Trustee Electa. Any discussion? I have one thing. If we could please change on page 1, after the board op report, it says from February 11, 2023 to March 10, 2023. Could we change that to March 11, 2023 to April 6, 2023, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions, changes? So, Trustee Lucas, you just wanna, with the revision that I just asked to have changed, do you mind adjusting your first?
Okay, yes, I will make a motion to accept the changes made by Supervisor Prater.
Thank you. Trustee Electa, do you agree to change your second with those changes?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you ready to call?
Trustee Paulsen.
Aye.
Trustee Hacker.
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Aye.
Trustee Electa.
Aye.
Supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you.
So are we voting to accept these minutes?
To accept them, yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? Can I ask without asking? Hearing none. Oops, well, you're ready.
Trustee Paulsen. Trustee Hacker.
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Aye.
Trustee Electa.
Aye.
Supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion passes. Public comments? Anyone from the public wish to make any comments?
So I don't know if there's a comment now, but
Yes.
I think a few of us are interested in the new business and the Winfield Township deputy.
If you want to make a
Discussion.
comment, make it now.
Okay, and I have no comment.
Don't get me wrong, we will talk to you after the meeting, no problem whatsoever.
What's a discussion? Are they allowed to participate?
No.
It's a question and answer?
Okay, that's,
Yes.
That's why I said if they have any comments, we'll talk to them afterwards.
Oh.
That's why I'm mad.
man.
And I will,
If
I'm
you
sorry,
want
I'm just gonna
to
say this
address it,
right
you
now,
can
I will say this right now, Trustee Hack was in the email with me. I asked them to be here and they're not here right now this minute and I'm pretty upset. So you better believe I'll be talking with Sheriff Fender, the undersheriff, and we'll get them in here the next meeting.
Cause I talked to him last week and he said he was coming.
Exactly, so,
So they said Mendrick was going to come, or
No.
Castillo? Sergeant Castillo?
or they were gonna bring, the deputy,
Albright?
yes, Albright was
Is
gonna
there
be
any
here.
point in our staying then?
I'm sorry,
We can listen, they
You
can
can-
talk.
You can listen
You can listen
to the rest of the
for
meeting.
sure.
Answer concerns.
Yeah.
but if you want to definitely at least say in your minute, if you wanna talk and say what you're concerned about right now, please
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Please tell us,
Cause I only have a view from my neighborhood, I'd like to hear about other neighborhoods.
please.
Right, and just so you guys know, like, when we're discussing it, even if someone has a question, we're not allowed to answer anything.
Yeah,
So
that's why
if you
public
want
comments
to
is
express an
important.
opinion,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
now's the
okay,
time.
okay, this is my first time.
And you can even, right, and that's why we'll make sure, and you can even ask questions, but we can't answer.
We just ask for you to at least say your name,
But we
just
may
so he
consider
says,
it during
just so he has it
our
done.
discussion.
Oh, okay,
So
thank you.
please, yeah, go
My
ahead.
name is Laura Ludwig. I live at 1S651 Winfield Road. I've lived there for close to 20 years. I'm not sure if this is my first time coming to a meeting, but I would like to express that I have experienced greater and greater difficulty with Winfield Road and the tragedies that have occurred there. My neighbor lost his son there 2 years ago, killed on Winfield Road. My other neighbor next door to me, she was crippled because she pulled out of her driveway. There was someone killed about a year and a half ago again. So there are a lot of accidents that are occurring on this road because it's falling through the cracks. It doesn't belong to anyone. And unless someone dies, it's not even making the news. But what you don't know are all the number of accidents that really are happening that maybe reported, I don't know, but people are getting maimed and killed. And I'm tired of it. I'm almost to the point where my husband and I are thinking about moving. And we love this area, but we cannot risk our lives any longer. It has gotten that bad. And I don't know if it's DuPage County employees, and maybe that's why they don't want to pull them over, because that would be kind of embarrassing, I guess, if you were the sheriff and you're pulling over DuPage County employees in the morning, or they're Central DuPage Hospital employees. You know, they may say they're a doctor and they're on a way and they're very hurried. But, you know, we see everybody going 60 miles an hour. We see massive numbers of trucks that are engine braking now at 2 in the morning. Last night there was an ambulance that decided at 3 in the morning to blare all the way down Winfield Road. It was 3 in the morning. There's nobody on the road. Do they really need to do that? And it wakes everybody up. So I'm just frustrated, and I feel like I'm not sure what to do. I want to do something, whatever that might be. But I really need to feel empowered and able to live where I do. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that being said, as long as we're going to have those discussions, my name is Rose Kunze. I live in unincorporated Winfield, just a block away from Winfield Road, just off of Purnell. So now that the stoplight, which is a very good thing at 59 and Gary's Mill, is there, because it's a very good thing. It's a safety feature. I understand that. But all it does is bring even more semi trucks onto Purnell Road, which is about the width of this room. Okay, and it's impossible. It makes it just absolutely horrendous. The road was never built for anything like the amount of traffic that we have. Trillium Farm is now in place, so that brings another 84 homes of traffic to our road, to Purnell Road. Gary's Mill, I'm sure if I just came down, turned that corner today, and that roadway is literally falling to pieces right by the stop sign. And the road signs, the turn signs are completely being disregarded. Those were put into effect by the county when they approved a Trillium. They have done zero good. Nobody does anything, doesn't observe them whatsoever. I know the GPSs are sending traffic down that road from 59 to go over to Winfield Road and then go over wherever they're going, probably south to the tollway. We don't know where to start. Each piece of that road is under somebody else's jurisdiction. I mean, I'm on the board of Westwind now. These two ladies are also on the board of Westwind Homeowners Association. We represent about 700 members in the unincorporated area. Mack Road is getting worse and worse now too. Turning left from Purnell onto Winfield, oh my God, you take your life in your hands. It's just absolutely horrible. We don't know where to turn. We don't know who to start with to start the process of asking for some changes. We're just at a loss, and I think we just had our Westwind general meeting at the Township garage a couple of weeks ago, and John encouraged us to come here so we could make sure that you are aware of it. And when we saw this deputy, a designated deputy, we're of course interested in hearing what that means for us. Corporal Albright at our meeting gave an update to the area, to our members, and she said that although they are monitoring that area as best they can from the sheriff's department, they can't be sitting there all day long monitoring traffic and trucks and whatnot. And over and above that, she stated that the officers are afraid to get out of their vehicles to even stop somebody because they take their life in their hands. There is no room to stop a vehicle on there. So basically, everyone is washing their hands of it. So we just wanna know, where do we go, where do we start, who do we fight, and how do we fight them? I guess that's from West Wind's point of view. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anyone else like to say something?
Do I have to sit on that side to talk about my subdivision?
Absolutely not. You can say it.
We have the same problem. You know, I'm walking my dog, now Milton has two officers, right? 3. There is a burnout from starting by the park, going all the way down the whole next block.
Where I live, I have people doing figure eights in the intersections,
It's starting.
and I live on a 25-mile-an-hour road as you do.
Yeah, we've had people going 45, 60, trying to drag race. John put a sign up.
When you say burnout, you mean skid marks? Like,
Yeah, they're smoking the tires and
It's about 11 homes. They did it in front of us, so.
Yes.
Ed Frankowiak, unincorporated West Chicago. I noticed that at the tracks coming across from, was that Jewel? High Lake, through on to Sunset, that right where the license plate readers are, the one intersection had donut.
figure eights.
Huh?
Figure eights.
Oh, I thought it was just regular.
It was figure eights.
Just a regular
I
circle.
saw it Sunday morning.
So I,
But then, yeah,
Were those readers operational at that time?
Can't answer that. They're monitored by the sheriff's department. We have nothing to do with them.
Can somebody see if there's anything that was
You have to ask the
seen?
sheriff.
Okay.
They monitor them, we don't.
John, I don't know if we should talk about this now or later, but can I ask a question? If somebody in an unincorporated area that it's our roads, if they wanna maybe get an extra stop sign somewhere, how do you go about doing like a road study or something?
So a road study is conducted by DuPage County Department of Engineering. It has to meet MUTCD regulations.
Okay, which
It's,
means,
boy.
it doesn't happen.
so what do they have to do? I
It
guess.
has to be so many cars per day. I was fortunate enough,
Turning left or
turning left, turning
all
right.
sorts of things, yeah.
it has to have, there's certain criteria to meet a stop sign. I was fortunate enough to get a stop sign right by Sean's house because there was a school bus stop. Had that school bus stop not been there, he would have never gotten a stop sign.
Okay, Winfield Road has traffic all the time.
They don't stop through traffic. I've been trying to get a stop sign at Cantigny Drive in Fernell Road, and I can't get one there either. They don't stop through traffic. Through traffic has the right of way. So,
Okay.
I can't exactly remember what MUTCD, I'll get that for you though. It's
Any,
right about that long.
any public comments? Just make sure everyone wants to say something again. Okay, moving on. Review and approval of board audit report from 4/7/23 to 5/4/23, the amount of $263,693.64. If my voice goes, Mike will talk, okay? Just because, at least read the stuff, because I'm sorry, I just can't. But, so I have a motion to approve the board audit report.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you. Discussion. Hearing none, please call.
Trustee Bowles,
Aye.
trustee Hacker,
Aye.
trustee Lucas,
Okay,
trustee Lightman,
Aye.
supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion passes. Old business, review and approval of updated fees for the cemetery burials to the public. We talked about this at the last meeting because the cemetery fees from Mr. Reynolds' company went up. Therefore, I gave you, if you wanted to compare and contrast in the last 2 years. But I would like to see them be changed too. Is there any questions, concerns, or actually, could I have a motion on the floor first?
I'll make a motion to accept your recommendations.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, please go.
Trustee Bowles,
Aye.
Trustee Acker.
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Aye.
Trustee Lightfoot.
Aye.
Supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion passes. A review and approval of release of the executive session minutes from 4/11/22, 10/11/21, 8/9/21, 6/14/21, and 2/8/21. I just wanna say before anyone approves or denies, 3 lawyers looked at these minutes and they requested that we do not release 4/11 and 10/11 because the case is still pending.
I'm just going to, since,
You can change.
okay, I'm gonna make a motion then, because we don't have a motion made.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm making a motion to, just release 8/9/21, 6/14/21, and 2/8/21.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
My discussion is, offhand, I don't know what 4/11 and 10/11 were from, and we can always cover that in another executive meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to just release the 3.
It's still a pending case, that's all I can say.
Right.
You know, I want it all released, so. It's a citizen's money, they should know what's going on.
It's just,
Yeah, I didn't think we had anything, I thought everything was already done.
we haven't gotten what we needed back from said person yet,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
right. But
So that's still pending.
So that's why the first 3, the last 3, 9,
Yeah.
6/14, and 2/8.
Trustee Paulsen.
Aye.
Trustee Acker.
Aye.
Trustee Lucas.
Aye.
Trustee Lightfoot.
Aye.
Supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion passes. Ordinance 2023-04, road budget information only. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
If I might interrupt,
Of course.
I texted Ed Castillo, he's on his way, he was at another meeting.
oh good, thank you, appreciate that. I'm glad no one left. Thank you. Okay. New business, monthly financial and investment reports, that's for information only. Review and approval of ordinance 2023-03 town budget.
I have 2 motions that I don't know if you want them 2 separate or not. I would make a motion before we vote on whether we approve it or not. The clerk's budget, I move to transfer the legal services for the $20,000 to the town budget and to eliminate 0 out the maintenance at the building and equipment, make that line 0.
If things come up, I wouldn't zero it out, but.
Well, then we'll just transfer that line item over to the supervisor.
So that's what I mean, you want 2 different budgets? Okay, so my first motion is to transfer the.
Well, no, it would have to be one small motion, one everything together.
Okay,
You want to take the line items on?
Plus, easy.
that's what I'm saying, you want one motion for both lines?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
it wouldn't have to be like that.
all right, my one motion would be to, put the, building and equipment to $0 and to transfer the legal services to the town budget from the clerk's budget, the $20,000.
Second to that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion? So one more time. Moving legal services over to mine, and then maintenance you're putting into which,
I think it's $0.
$0.
Eliminating.
Yeah, we have one, we're gonna,
Completely? Okay.
Well, we have maintenance in other departments too, right?
exactly.
But not covering the stuff he needs to cover. This,
Yeah.
I'm just stating, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
No,
Go ahead and
we,
go
we
for
don't
it.
get it, we
Yeah,
don't get
no,
it, that's all.
That's fine.
Easy
Yeah,
enough.
that's fine. That's,
Easy peasy.
the 2 jobs in 2 months added to the clerk's position, and then we wanna eliminate the budget.
For equipment, yeah.
Well, why don't we just
Yeah.
make it, you wanna make it 2,500? Or are you talking about a?
Yeah, I would put
You gotta
5,000.
put something in there, you
Yeah.
can't,
I
your
would put
building
5,000.
equipment's gotta have at least $5,000.
Well, you already
At least.
motioned in a second.
Oh, yeah, right.
Would you
Go ahead,
revise
motion
it to
is-
five, Julie, or 2,500?
2,500,
Well,
okay,
we made
let's-
a motion, I went to 20
Okay,
grand.
then I will
Yeah, we
make
made
a
a
move
motion.
to change it to $2,500.
Number 515 to 2,500.
Number 515 to $2,500, and number 555, transfer that to the town budget.
555, what number would that become then if it's yours?
555 goes to,
I'd do all that afterwards and we'd have to stay and wait till I'm done.
What number is it right
Well,
now?
it'll be 0. She wants to transfer
Right,
it
that
over.
is
Yeah.
zero, right?
And then
And
then
legal
then
fees
you
under
change
me, it would be going to 555 contractual services
right,
under my,
Oh, so it's just gonna be the same line?
it's the
item, just
same
on
line
your-
item.
Okay, so it's
this
just
would
gonna
be
go there.
under, okay, yeah.
So, alright,
Instead of 1.06, it'd be 1.
okay,
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, the thing is that, when you said 2 new jobs, well, you're the ethics person, what's the other new one?
YouTube. I made the decision to eliminate it, and then it was brought back.
Oh, you've
So-
been doing that all along, so it's not really a new job, but it doesn't take up any space.
Right, no, Judy, the
No,
fact
I'm
of the
trying to
matter
discuss
is,
Right,
when you continue to add different things to elected official positions, which technically can't be done until the next term anyway, and then you go to eliminate the budget, that's just ridiculous.
well, but it's.
Alright,
we have- wait,
move on,
wait,
we
wait,
move on.
I
we
guess-
do have a motion on the floor.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
just say 2,500 because I'm not able to.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to reduce the maintenance and building equipment to 2,500, and then to move the legal services to the town budget to make it 4,500 in legal fees.
45,000,
45,000 in legal fees instead.
yes.
Okay. Seconded by trustee Volz. Call roll.
Trustee Volz,
Aye.
trustee Hacker,
Aye.
trustee Lucas,
Aye.
trustee Electna,
Nay.
supervisor Prater.
Nay. So this is 2,500. 0. And this is 45. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to stay a little bit later so I can fix this for the budget purpose. Okay. Okay. Review and approval of resolution 2023-2, allowing service credits in IMRF to members who have served in the armed forces of the United States.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2023-2, credit the name of members of served in the armed forces of the United States.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion? Sorry, I hear no discussion.
Trustee Volz,
Aye.
trustee Hacker,
Aye.
trustee Lucas,
Aye.
trustee Electna,
Aye.
supervisor Prater.
Aye, motion
Okay,
passes.
so when I had made a motion to change those 2 items, we still haven't voted, do we still need to pass the whole budget? Or
Oh, we just passed
Yeah.
those,
We
but
can
I
do that, it's
That's
not-
what, okay, no, that was fine, but
Okay.
I just wanted to
I
make
just
sure
had to
that
make
was
those
clear.
changes in order
Okay,
to,
I just wanted to get
but we,
clarification on that.
yeah.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
Now we gotta move D, huh?
Yeah, if we can skip over D and hopefully,
Well, why
Corporal
can't we
get
do
here?
that and then talk to him when he gets here?
He's the main speaker.
right, I agree with you, if we can move on to department reports, hopefully he'll get here in between that, okay?
Maybe he gets here after the meeting,
Discussion,
and then it could be like a whole, then they can discuss everything.
No,
Yeah,
I wanna
we'll do it
say
afterwards.
something
Hold
in a minute.
discussion on changing our township attorney to Mary Dixon with Bond Dixon and Associates. This is just a discussion.
I handed out her information, she would like to come if it's okay.
Can I say something?
You can say something, yes, please.
I don't think now's a good time with what's, I have no problem with changing attorney, just not this year. I mean, we're in the middle of, still, I mean, this, said, I don't wanna say names here, but, he doesn't go away. And other townships have been dealing with it too.
She's in there, and she's won against him already,
Okay, but he's not our case.
not your case, no.
No, I mean, the township's case is not, I mean, I would just suggest we wait on changing attorneys until.
I'm not bringing up attorneys.
Settle.
I'm not bringing up attorneys ever. I'm telling you that right now. Per Illinois State Code, the supervisor, with advice and consent of the board, may appoint a township attorney. This is just a discussion. I wanna make that perfectly clear at this meeting right now. It is a discussion,
Alright,
okay?
you don't have to get snotty with it.
I'm not getting snotty.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
making my voice clear and concise because it's a very, very clear throughout the rest of the meetings and I'm losing it. So I'm making it a point that it's a discussion.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say something about it because it is a discussion? Kind of getting along with what Mark was saying, 6 years ago, we changed an attorney. No, it was 6. It's been over 6 years because we had a brand new board come on, and that board's no longer here, so that was 4 years, so he was the attorney prior to that. And
2019.
it was 19, okay, so when I was sitting here and all of a sudden, we get wind of tax objections, and I asked the gentleman, I go, I've been on this board for 7 years. This is the first time that he's been here to explain any of this stuff, and the other board, existed, we were like, huh, what are you talking about? So we went through the whole process, and I understand, like you're saying, if we're gonna change lawyers, I don't have a problem changing lawyers like we changed the audits, but if we're gonna change a lawyer, we're gonna go through the process. We're gonna send it out to a TOI, we're gonna
Request for
advertise
proposal.
it, we're gonna request it, because I got a friend named Steve, I want him to be a lawyer, you know. We have to follow the procedure, because I'm worried that if we just go and do this, well now, all these legal beagles, they're looking for a loophole, say, well, why don't we have fair share in this?
Exactly.
Like going out for bids on jobs, John's gotta go to bids. If he doesn't go to bids, he gets in trouble, so I don't have a problem changing attorneys, but I wanna see a procedure, just like we did before, and then the board votes on whoever we want to. I don't know anything about this person, except for once a year. I mean, that's just my opinion, it's a discussion that if we're gonna change attorneys, we're gonna do it with a process. We're gonna do interviews, we're gonna do the proper way, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, she does a lot of township stuff, as you're aware.
Which townships?
It's all in there, it's all in there.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, she was actually part of the RFP.
And Steve, and
Right.
our present one is all Park District mostly, or his first township, so.
Oh, and the other thing I had is that Mark, you brought it up too, but I didn't know we were gonna do this on those two, the litigations that are still going into effect.
It's not true because Robin and Schwartz York has Robin and Schwartz, they've been with them for 20 plus years. So
Oh, York
it's a lie
Township?
right there, yeah.
Well, then I'm misinformed. So, he always says, well, Robin and Schwartz or Steve is theirs.
I said
I
Robin and
was,
Schwartz, they
see,
come.
so that's
like
several
the
attorney
leagues.
groups, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now we're splitting hairs, so that was not a lie. Robin and Schwartz is an attorney group with many attorneys that does things from Chicago, right? So they do represent York. All right, Mary Dixon actually represents other townships. That's her special.
She's also road committee, too, as well.
Are we
Yeah.
really?
And
I
she's
know,
local.
I said grab this, not only to have a discussion.
And she's local, she's right
She's
across
a
from
geek,
Coles.
right?
Right across from Coles, basically, behind Jimmy John's.
Donnie, I interrupted you, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Please
that's
continue.
that was just my thought on it, that if we're changing lawyers, we're gonna follow a procedure.
Absolutely.
We're not
I'll
just gonna,
request for proposal. Let's
that's just.
give everyone an opportunity. Absolutely.
Well, he did say, last time our attorney was here, he said you want to change these things up, like the accountants and those things.
The auditor, the
Yes.
auditor, we will be figuring it out, which
Yeah.
next meeting I was gonna talk to you guys about her actually bringing up my department reports.
So that's another professional that we should probably consider at least.
Yes, it's gonna be going out for requests for proposals in December.
Yeah.
After this audit's done. So there's- Department reports, John.
Brush pickup is complete, the next one is September 5th. Now that the weather's improving, we're starting our mowing and, gonna start moving the road district speed trailer around. Garbage was cleaned up along the county roads and we're doing the township roads, before we mow. Drainage culvert projects are in full swing. 59 at Edgewood Walk, the temporary streetlights are up. Haven't seen much activity and haven't had an update from IDOT lately. But, all the temps are up and they're doing underground boring, that's about all I know. Paving bid is gonna be going out in mid-June. Mike, I'll be sending you some days here in the next week or two.
Sounds good.
See when you're available. The wood chip hauling program is complete. We are now taking names for next year. May 3rd, the road district hosted a chainsaw and chipper safety seminar at the township. We had all 9 townships show, City of West Chicago, a couple members of the DuPage County Forest Preserve, and some employees of the County Highway Department show. All in all, we had like 67 people there. It was a very nice turnout. The county went out for salt prep bids this year. The price is $3 higher than last year. It's now at $78.31. We had to order our quantity in February for the bid. We ordered 500 tons. Normally we ordered 1,200. We only ordered 500 this year. We have to take 80% of that. Our shed is full right now. I don't have room for any, so we need to use some up. So I ordered less. And then I hope to see y'all on September 30th. I just keep reminding you, recycling event.
Thanks. Mark?
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Tax bills are out, the phones are buzzing. It's normal this time of year, but we're gearing up for the quadrennial assessment, so we've already moved on to 2023 assessments. Nothing we can do about tax bills now with the assessment side of it. Other than that, I hope everybody has a happy Mother's Day. And,
Thanks.
Boy, happy Mother's Day.
Okay.
I heard from Ed about 15 minutes. Again,
Okay.
he's on it.
So we will have you guys all stay. You can't leave, you just have to stay during the meeting. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, so with journalists, we had 100 calls, high for live, no general assistance. 8 emergency assistance, 7 for food, 1 for rent. And then April our bus, we had 104 riders and 203 stops. Ride to page, I have April's numbers. Had 6 rides with 2 riders. We're waiting on the numbers from them. Just gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna put, sorry, going out for a request for proposal for auditors. It might be a little bit difficult. Of course, I'm still gonna do it. Lyle Township, you can talk with the supervisor. They're looking for an auditor right now. And I think 2 companies that really do it are not doing it at all. Anymore, period, like they stopped. So, it kind of like a niche group. Like 5 of them are doing it, 2 of them stopped. And we just, I just want to see it. Just hold on to Selden Parks for a little bit longer, maybe. But I'm still gonna put the request for both of them. So just, we'll talk about it more next month. I just wanted you to keep it in the back of your mind. What else? Thank you for each of you guys for doing your economic interest statements to the county and getting it on time. Thank you very much. And after that, I have nothing else. We can just wait for Corporal to get here. He'll get here soon.
I'm gonna leave because it's my wife's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Tell her happy birthday.
In the meantime, if you guys don't mind, I'm actually gonna start on the budget real
Yeah,
quick.
do it.
If you guys are all comfortable with me just leaving the room and doing that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm there until the guy get here, I'll be here next month. You gotta wait around 15 minutes, so it's a long meeting.
I just figured we're here anyway.
Plus you
You
have
guys
how
don't
many
mind,
people,
we got these people that
plus
come.
we have how many people that are waiting to see them, so why don't we just wait for us? I mean, what's the worst thing, it's gonna wait a little bit.
I write a letter to the county engineer. He proposed a traffic study. And
When he gets here, please just.
receives-
So that's how you did it.
Because we have not adjourned yet.
No.
Why not, that's what I want to say.
Nice.
So it took me basically a year before I got to speed on that. It took me a year. I made me stripe the road with wider stripes.
Well, like when it
Years
snows,
ago, slower.
they'll go out in the field and drive around.
Pineapple is fresh though.
Oh, yeah, good.
We actually drove by the whole,
But you guys go.
Yeah.
way to one that does North Shore, when we were going to the Sharps. Drove right by there.
Because it's just.
I find interesting.
I think
Walking through my son's place.
Yeah.
This thing
There's
was
a-
right.
there's
He's
a-
looking at
there's
his
a-
phone.
like on Waffle,
And then we really to the middle field.
County Farm
When
Road.
they get to their side.
It's just like
I'm
on
on
the side,
my
they like
address.
walk the road, so they
So,
don't-
that I should wrap it last year.
There's a-
trying to eliminate the box.
That's-
Amazon drivers, they cannot deliver.
I just ask, cause I don't know where everybody's duties are. I'm just saying.
No.
Oh, yeah, it's a nightmare. I remember my mom's lived in that house 48 years. That's a village of Winfield.
My neighbor, who's 20 years.
Were you invited to that party on Sarah?
Oh, the one 2 doors away from me? I was at Luke Holmes' contract sold
My
me
neighbor
steel.
behind me,
I had enough of
he
people.
was twice.
I didn't, when I got home at 1:30, there was still
He got ran over by a car.
But actually, usually we hear a lot more.
He got ran over, he got better, but he's in rehab facility.
Yes, normally I am invited, I was not invited to this one, but I never go.
And then,
Where Pleasant Hill School is?
is it O'Donnell?
Yeah.
He has.
Ed lives
They're trying to
about 2 blocks.
explain where you're at.
We're Milton Township.
When you came across the track.
Cause
I could see
we have like
building,
3 townships, so
like,
it's
a
like
fire truck.
Milton, Wayne, and Winfield,
I
all
think
sort
I'm
of meeting
actually,
that.
I think I'm actually kind of a
10
milk.
o'clock at night.
There's one
Okay.
on
That same
Winfield Road.
Saturday.
No, it's more
I'm
County
sorry.
Farm.
Cause I
Okay, so there's county
drove down
farm,
and went
right,
up the road towards your house. And
Roosevelt.
so, okay, it's
and in the
Yeah.
south,
Cause,
Canteen
we left at
Gardens?
3, I think,
You know
and
what
I get home
Canteen
till
Gardens is?
1:30 in the morning.
That's Swan Lake and all them.
No, that's Winfield.
I'm
That's Winfield.
No,
No, it's not. No,
Mexican
Winfield is
Independence
north
Day
of
season in Iowa
It's
was on Friday,
unincorporated.
so all the parties were having.
But they go to our Chicago school.
And then there
grade
was
school, grade school.
further south on the other
Yeah.
side.
John would know what.
They had
Because I,
tents in
yeah.
front of their garage.
Yeah.
You go down Swan Lake, I forget, you probably, you
But I
know.
think- but I see
you know,
Milton,
I can't
I
think
see
of her
Milton
name.
Township as part of my tax bill.
No Polish fest, so.
Yeah, because I paid,
Alright, I
I
can
paid
do
county, I paid for,
With some quiche
please,
nuts,
or-
one piece.
Yeah.
I guess
I
I
just
said
had
Johnson's
Johnson,
age,
had
I thought
brokies
we only
and
had 2.
whoopie for tonight.
But it's
Oh, nice, oh, okay.
Do you make your own
It's
cookies?
not
I go to the
what I'm anticipating, like,
Ukrainian church.
Oh, that's where my mom goes, okay.
Oh, where's that?
Like,
In the hip?
Bloomingdale?
Bloomingdale.
Oh, and they,
That's the
Glendale
one
Heights
that comes
Roads?
out all
What
the
is
time,
it?
that's one that gets to know the neighborhood, that gets to know the problems, that gets to
Keep
know.
going, do you see the gold dome? And
Okay, so Glendale, basically Glendale Heights Road,
It's too dangerous.
Army Trail, right?
so do they sell them or have to?
They make them.
Saturday.
On Saturday morning.
Saturday morning
So you know, if you're supposed
till.
to serve and protect.
Exactly. That's what you're
You
paying.
can see the 1 o'clock in the
I know, I placed my order with my mom and they magically appear at my door.
And then they sell produce, or what do they sell?
Brokies,
I don't remember who's against that.
Why?
I don't know.
Put
potato,
cameras up.
cheese.
But anyway, get back to
Sour
your
cream.
neighbors, when you go down, like, you're
Sometimes they have
there,
blueberry.
I'm not a Swan Lake.
I don't get the homemade ones
They
anymore.
have.
I do that stop when my
When
ones
you
go
go down,
down, my mom sent all the
because I.
It's
the presses over to my house.
Yes.
Right.
The husband's
For my
name is
wife.
Bill.
Yeah.
Glass, it's
Bill Sherry.
Which
Yeah,
means words
she's
to
skinny.
speak.
But you know, it's Bill and Sherry.
I'm still trying to still make some
Yes,
husky.
it's
Yeah.
Bill and Sherry.
The traditional husky rich. Just
Right,
makes that
I went,
everything.
when I helped them work on that district ninety-four, I
Yes,
still
she's, yeah, and I was a commissioning, I'm a mechanical engineer, so I did a commissioning on that,
She was,
And potato
when
pancakes
I
are good
I
Friday.
met him, right down
Do you like
there,
your
that's
potato
my literature for
I
my
don't know, they still
daughter.
have
Sour
one
cream.
up.
Oh, is that right?
I like it with sauerkraut. My dad liked it with
And,
applesauce.
Is that Romeoville or?
My dad also sprinkled a little sugar on it.
Sorry, that lady's
No,
point, I
no,
figured it.
And I make them.
I got my short
She's a nice lady. She always says nice things to me because I was the engineering firm that actually.
That's
worked
fantastic.
on that.
Where's Silver Lake?
I was just
That mashed potatoes in court.
we're lacking supposed to
That was
also.
my favorite.
That's
My all-time favorite.
And I heard somebody complaining about where at parts of the
Yeah.
village.
Barbara's told,
We
Barbara's
were
told
actually
us,
on,
right?
That if we
Then
get,
it's just.
Oh, no, this one's on Lake
the only way to have it.
I forgot who that gentleman
Because I
was.
would think
but
it
it
was
was
not
somebody.
Barbara.
I think it
I
was.
thought they made it since
Oh, yeah, no,
So that's why I went through my
Hey,
head.
Mama, somebody's running over the corner.
Give everybody a
Oh,
fight.
No one ever called me back, I suppose. I suppose she been here at the school, I even called the school and asked the school.
It's all like.
That's all. A lot of Polish.
They're coming both ways, but it's also they're turning around because they see the way.
Menu items. For
It's working back.
Right on the steering wheel, too.
That's what I don't
Now it's all in the city.
So frustrated with it.
So that's another.
canvassing is.
There's lots of them are there once the accident has occurred.
I will send you I'll send you a list of names that you should invite.
Working in the buildings. That's all part of their job.
Well, I was confused on what he was, you know.
Oh, the court system.
From 59 to 30
It's okay in Roselle.
The first part
So there was
is
a
in West
here
Chicago,
on Lake
where
Street.
truly nobody knows it.
Yeah.
And then the rest is mine.
Nobody wants to appeals.
I live in an unincorporated area. So I can't say that because I just, you know.
And then I said, I did, I get village reach. I
When
So
on vacation, my neighbor on vacation since November. He said, everybody can call him, and I said, I did.
I know.
He did because I saw the
Yeah,
cats
like
up once.
And unfortunately, the township is the lowest form of government. Whoever has the higher form of government is the intersection that controls the traffic. I'm in the county of
I never even
Washington,
thought
now
about
I'm
it.
city.
I never even thought about it until somebody at tips.
I was thinking the city didn't
Wow,
really change the speed limit.
we have these
They
problems.
didn't have,
You know, somebody get beat up in the road, burglarized.
No, we're thankful that it went down.
so.
It's very frustrating, don't pass.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway.
If they
Well, I'm out there ready to take
It's
it.
funny, I
You
see
said
it.
that's
I
my
don't
point.
know, I
The
don't
city of
know.
West Chicago has
Walking
the
on Monterey
manpower.
Street, it's up there.
The police department has the
So when
manpower.
that light
They
turns
have a
red,
cop
they turn
out.
right onto Ray.
No,
I'm
I
like the sheriff.
understand,
Well,
but there should be something
Never
set
seen
for
it.
They're gonna cut through.
You see Trillium
That comes
Farms.
up
similar to that if they did,
I'm gonna do that.
right?
We sit there and we laugh and then we walk out the driveway, slow down.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm just saying, but they have the
I just kinda
manpower
wanna know who to talk
to
to.
patrol their section of Purnell Road, which would slow
We
down.
know how many
Jack.
are on it, you know, during the meeting, and it's one of those,
Some of the
that's very.
homeowners in Trillium, that came to one of our general.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the first one.
I always joke, sure,
Police officers.
They're not.
Line for the police station. You know, I requested a speed study, I just want to sit out
They
there.
will be,
I know it's,
and-
you know, shift change.
And I don't know where that's gonna go
These are all-
because, they were told they were gonna be the village of Winfield.
It really is, so.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
And it's gonna be a West Chicago, and, that's gonna be messed up.
Pretty sure
No,
I didn't think.
I had people yelling at me about it, I said, man, you're with the wrong guy, I'm just telling you the news.
They did a very good job.
Publicized it, yeah. Smoothed it over and pushed it through, and they lied to a lot of people.
Wonder if this has anything.
Well, if there's something I could, I will go. That's kind of how I look at it. So if there's somebody that's that will say, this is what needs to happen, this is how you should, I would be glad to do it.
So I talked to somebody who works for Milton. I talked to somebody who works for Milton.
3 years and it hasn't done a thing.
But he says the contact is the person you call, but it's always a different person.
The county made me put up these signs. And
How do you get to know
got to the
everybody?
point where
That's
I
what
got careful with the police
You
officers,
just drive
I'm telling you,
around.
they don't see your sign, John.
That's
So I
like
bought a
a
flashing
feeling
one
of why you-
that's solar powered on a timer. Can't tell me
But that's
that's
everybody's desiring, right? To get out, to meet the moms at the bus stop, understand what the problems
And then to get the signs, pulled up and put into the.
I wanna put up a toll booth.
I even volunteers like that,
To
and
me?
every establishment city part of like every committee that the majority
Yeah,
of
it's,
either agree.
but without the sheriff or police there to write a ticket.
Having bullying issues and things like that, this sounds bad, but we're one of those families that it's very
We wanna be in touch.
you know, we talk about it, just trying to put your own advocate, parents step in, step to, parents step, you know, the aggressor, you know, if you don't, they listen to the silence for the same time,
Right.
you know. That pushes us out all across the board, you know, what you're saying, this is one of those,
We're another
having positive advocates that are role models that are present.
Yeah, I mean, several of them are complaining about the turn, they're complaining about the turn restrictions. I said, you're the reason the turn restrictions went up. I said, I wanted the forest preserve to be where you're at.
I should just tell them nobody,
But
there's somebody ways.
basically, it's like dads of.
And now I'm worried about that, mansion being for sale. But that's $7 million, so. I thought it was $7.
$3.99.
Oh, okay, I thought, Chuba had it up for 7 now.
On the corner, like,
Yeah,
sidewalk.
that's the thing, that's the problem.
You know, not India's and
Yeah.
there's always, you know, kids
Okay.
speeding around, kids getting
Where's
beat
the
up, things
weekend?
like that, so it's
So
one of those
Warren
heavy different.
How much for it to do?
Where I grew up, we did a town council, and he was kinda like that guy, he could write
There.
the
Yeah.
But no, he also was like, he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So he stopped so much stuff
I
before
guess
he
Plenter's
had.
Pal, well, being a swamp.
A lot of times I
Each
think
county
that
will
the
put
others
another.
out of respect to that
And
person.
south,
Right.
Right, you know,
Well, we
and
don't have
my daughter
remediation.
St. Mike's and there's a different.
Because the state of Illinois, when they expanded 355 down to 80, which they ran into a wetland, where they moved the wetlands to Back Road. They gave the money to the Forest Reserve to do that wetland expansion. How do you move a wetland 30 miles away
Yeah,
from
no
where it
kidding.
was?
Yeah, how did that get from
Oh,
they put some big storm pipe in there?
There was a rain short.
I know.
And
It's
they-
really
they
not like
did
them.
that.
Sorry.
So-
Well, they got 30-inch pipe coming from there.
It's helping the water situation along, man. But it's just crazy. But how do you remediate something that far away from?
Because when anybody.
It's not like they picked up the turtles and moved them.
Say hello.
Just
It's one of
You
those
know?
like. So it's one of those like what you're saying, like, you just put them in the school to where it's like.
It is.
Integrating that into children,
It is.
you know.
And
Like,
just-
it's positive.
That was years
So
They get out here in
I'll
society.
be having
Right.
one trillions done and I'll,
Right,
know,
that's what you're saying.
whole team
I know this
starts.
is purposely, right out the way, well, you're not in there, is yeah, so it's one of those.
No, but just the headaches.
Yes.
Does anybody want water? I think we got water.
We used to have
the
water.
highlight
There's what's in there.
The lake.
No, we got
They built it. The lake is the size of this building. But they used to water ski on that lake.
Right.
We have pictures of them water skiing on that lake. And now High Lake, the lake is the size of this building.
And then they used to have, a train station.
Yeah, right at, North Main and South Main.
Where was it?
Right where the crossover is.
There's
And
enough.
actually, if you go where we have those wooden railroads.
No, I have my own water, I brought water.
Barricades, on South Main and North Main, there's actual old stairs there that led down to the train station.
There's some big. There might be somebody.
What years was that?
Okay,
It's
I was supposed to
50s,
go to Gary, but I had him.
40s, 50s.
okay.
That was a resort area.
Yeah, it was a resort, people from the city took the train to go vacation out at High Lake.
What it was.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
Is there any,
Yeah, my daughter went too, cause,
book about?
Oh, yeah.
The High Lake, there's a lady who lives in High Lake, they dissolved their homeowners association.
Get a hold of
They
them.
did that,
West Chicago Historical Society.
yeah, 5 or 6 years ago they did that, it was a couple years before COVID. They dissolved their HOA, nobody wanted to be president, nobody wanted to be secretary, and
she wanted to go to France.
we went to a meeting, a bunch of us elected officials, we were invited, and the first thing they did was dissolve the meeting and wish us all well, and we left.
As little
I didn't even
as
have
I
to go.
need to get by.
But yes, they have a book that talks about their whole history of their subdivision.
So at least,
Oh.
they get somewhere.
I had a number 8, I'm sorry.
Hey Ed,
Hi.
want a bottle of water?
No.
Shot of whiskey?
Sorry, I had this meeting for 8. I had another meeting at that.
Sorry,
We're gonna have,
that's
Nick,
this
the
Oh,
next,
where, this is where the
and
fire
Clerk,
sits.
Clerk.
Here you go.
Where the meeting?
I got
Sit
that.
over here.
You're over there.
I got one.
Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's going.
Good.
I'm happy I made it to your meeting before I went home.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, he's here, Mark left.
Oh, you're up, so that's good.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, it's you because we
Yeah,
were all
we're
waiting for
waiting
you
for
to
you.
get here
You.
before we adjourned.
Oh, you're in trouble. All right, so, Ed Castillo, I'm with the sheriff's office. Is this your annual?
Oh, wait,
No.
lieutenant. He made lieutenant.
I did.
Congratulations. Yay.
So I apologize. I have a deputy that's not here. Terry's not around. She hasn't been around. She's been ill for about a week and a half now. So I've been filling in with her meetings. So I apologize for today. We had an issue with the school board member maybe not being seated today, even though he got elected. So I was over there dealing with that. Today's your annual meeting.
No, it's just a monthly meeting.
Oh,
But
perfect.
the thing was is that we I wanna hear from you, kind of what's going on around, or what you guys have been hearing from our unincorporated areas. So that we can make an educated decision here, if we need to have a special meeting,
Okay.
or if we need to do what.
So your guys' area is one of the busier areas. The beat for you guys is a larger beat for the sheriff's office. So just an example, the beats for us, the border is County Farm Road. So the County Farm Road to the east is B2. You guys are B3, so it's County Farm Road to the county line. So the deputy is responsible primarily for Wayne and Winfield Township. You guys are busier than Wayne because you have unincorporated area that goes through Purnell Road. It goes through Gary's Mill Road, Roosevelt Road. There's also a motel in your area. Wayne has one also, but they have a township deputy that pretty much handles that. You guys also have Mack Road. The crashes are about the same for your townships. The crime is about the same for your townships. You guys do have larger clusters of residents though. Between Woodland, High Lake, everything down on Mack and Winfield, you guys do have a lot more people in condensed areas. Versus in Wayne, they have a lot less people and they're pretty much in one area along North Avenue. Burglaries, they happen everywhere. That's not really subjective to their township or your township. Speeding cars, you got Route 59 that goes through both your townships. Luckily for you guys, most of 59 is in the city of West Chicago. And if you go further down south, a little bit of Warrenville. So most of the complaints for you guys are a lot of gatherings, a lot of cut-through traffic because of 59. So if there's anything specific I could try to answer, but if you guys have a more rural field, you guys do get, once in a while you'll get a fatal on Purnell Road. People, there's hills, they go fast. That doesn't mean a fatal can't happen somewhere else, but since there's hills, people do drive fast because there's no stoplight or stop sign for a good distance, and they get stuck behind somebody else. Maybe they drive recklessly. Those reckless drivers could be anywhere. Crime is about the same for you guys as it would be for unincorporated Oak Brook, unincorporated Elmhurst. So there's not really a big increase there. You guys have more of nuisance crimes, and they're serious, but when I mean nuisances, it's mostly motorcycles, ATVs, dogs not on a leash, lot parties. You guys do have a little bit higher number of those. And not all of the townships, just certain areas. So that's kind of a breakdown. We do have an application that the county launched. You could actually sign on. You go to the sheriff's page. You could actually see all the crime. It's about a 2-day delay. And it'll tell you crimes against people, crimes against persons, and you can actually see, it won't give you the exact address, but it'll tell you what's going on in real time in your actual neighborhood. You actually have an interactive map that you could actually move, and it'll tell you what's going on.
I sent you that link, right, Rose?
Yes, thank you.
So if there's anything specific I could try to address, I know I did mention that the other townships have deputies. If there's any questions on that, I'd be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
At this moment, it's $130,000 per deputy, correct?
That was the last agreement that we had with the county. And the county, so we don't negotiate any of that. The sheriff has no authority on that. And that's because the county is the one that, they're kind of like the parent, right? They're the ones that fund the sheriff's office with whatever money we need. It used to be more of a 50-50 split. So the township would cover 50%, the county would cover 50%. It's gone to more like an 80-20. So if the deputy were to be implemented, you guys would not pay 100% of it, you guys would take 80% of it. And the reason that is that deputy is still a deputy. So if something major is happening nearby, they may leave your township to go deal with it. So let's say, for example, there's a shooting at Wheaton School. They're gonna leave your township to go deal with it. And that's why the 20% isn't passed on to you guys.
Is it one per deputy or is it one shift like? Or?
That 130 is for one deputy for a 12-hour shift.
So it's either, so Milton Township hires 3 deputies in addition to the B cars. So they have anywhere from 3 or 4 deputies per shift, and half of that is supplemented by the extra police service.
Now, what does that mean? That means that the unincorporated people of the township will only pay that fee, and there'd be a separate tax levy for them.
Correct.
Period.
I used to be the deputy for Wayne, and when I was there, it was about $34 per resident for the unincorporated to have a deputy. And the hours are controlled by the township. So Deputy Mansour is the Wayne deputy, and they've been having problems with suspicious vehicles. So she's actually working at the request of the township, because that's who she'll respond to. She's actually working midnight shifts on Fridays and Saturdays for the summer.
Wayne Township has a 20,000 plus difference than Winfield Township. We're at 45,891 persons in our township. So for unincorporated, we have about 2,500 or 2,600. So it'd be about 50 to 52 additional tax estimated at this moment. I'm getting the numbers directly from Mark. He's working on that to let us know what exactly it's going to be.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, on all your, okay, the sheriff's department, you have deputies in buildings working, it's all part of the sheriff's department and everything, right?
Correct.
Someone like the coroner and everything like that. How many active patrolmen do you actually have that are working the unincorporated area now? 60, 70, something like that?
No, we have about 100 to 110.
Okay, so we have 9 townships here, right? Okay. So we're Winfield Township here. I'm in an unincorporated area up back by the VFW, up be like north of there. So my question is, if you got that many officers, why doesn't the sheriff, instead of coming to these townships and just to the unincorporated people, can't he put that in his budget?
For the special police?
No, for you got these patrol. I'm lost at if you have all these patrolmen out patrol, where are they all going? Like, if you got 110 of them, we got 9 townships, that would be like
10 per township.
Yeah, exactly. But now you guys are coming to us, the township, wanting money.
I've gotten how many shifts during a day?
There's 3 shifts.
Oh, I understand that. Okay,
So there's detectives. So whenever somebody has their identity stolen, there's detectives that have to go follow up with that. Stolen cars, burglaries to vehicles, burglaries to cars. We also have forensic detectives that are available to all the other towns, and they deal with fatal crashes, overdoses, major crimes, officer-involved shootings. So there's detectives assigned to those. And then we do have detectives assigned to Homeland Security and the Marshal Service. So we have somebody that's wanted, we send them out there.
But now those detectives separate from the patrolmen.
Well, they're assigned to patrol and they respond to emergency calls.
All right. So then you just basically took that 110 and you knocked down to be able to
40.
patrol. Yeah, to patrol the areas. If they're detective, I mean, they're not considered full-time patrolmen to stay just patrolling the area. The reason I ask that is because I never see you guys. I can't say never, because I have seen you a couple times, and I've been in my house since '85. And I'm being honest with you, okay? And here's the other thing, and this is a prime example, you know, and this is what I'm confused now. My neighbor went on vacation. He asked me to watch the house. He calls you guys, okay? And he's gone like 4 months out of the year. And I know you have to, I guess, the retired sheriff people, or maybe they're active, but I seen him go to his house once. In that 4 month time, we have snowstorms, and when I go by and I look, I never see any tracks around. You know, if they're actually I don't know. You know, I'm not saying you're not doing it or whatever, but in the reality of it, the only time we see mass sheriff activity along with West Chicago was when we had a guy shoot the guy down the street, and we had helicopters and everything. It was, you know, but. And we're all like, they're all dead end streets except for James. So it's like.
So I will tell you that when West Chicago has a break into a car, we process for them because they don't have the resources. When Winfield had 1 officer on shift, because on midnight they only have 1 officer on shift, we have to supplement and help and back them. They also help us when we have to shift their resources. I can tell you that we're around, and one example is when we deal with Commissioner Duzzo. When he calls, I make an effort to go out there, deputy is not available, and resolve it as soon as possible. And these are just small issues like somebody's damaging the roadway. So we are out there and we are available. If we're not going in your subdivision, that's probably a great thing. But we do get certain hotspots where deputies stay, like down by Willowbrook. We have probably triple the population that you guys have. So we're gonna have more deputies there because we're likely to get more calls and we need to be able to respond. Up here, since it is rural and the crime is slower, the deputies have a larger area to cover.
So how do you get the money? Are you saying you're gonna have to do a referendum on this to get the money, or do you just come to the townships and say, we need so much money?
Maybe a referendum question, or a special meeting, or a annual town meeting that you'd have to ask the people.
It wouldn't
if
be
they
from
want
us
this.
though. It would not be from the sheriff's office. We would not do any referendum.
We would have to make a decision here, or from the public. All it takes is 15 signatures to get started a special meeting.
Yes, sir.
Would we have our own officer? Would it be like somebody that would know the area? Because I talked to someone in Milton, they said they would call someone like you, but every time that someone comes out, it's somebody different.
It's because they have 3 and they're on 12-hour shifts. So they never work the same shift. So the deputy that works Monday, Tuesday is off Wednesday, Thursday, and then they alternate. That's how 12-hour shifts are. So they have somebody available, but it's not the same deputy. Wayne, they have 8-hour shifts, and whenever the supervisor needs something, or the highway commissioner needs something, they have a direct number to that deputy. So if Supervisor Prater were to say, Ed, we've been getting a lot of cars passing by school buses over here, can you sit over there? The township deputy would be assigned to just primarily do that.
Would it be more like a community policing model, or is it you just gonna drive by in your squad?
It's whatever you have, because Wayne does interviews on the prospective deputies that are gonna be working in their township. So if you guys were to go that route, the board would pick who you guys.
And the model of policing or level of service.
You'd be able to interview them, ask them, how long you've been in policing. Do you talk to residents? Do you like kids? Those are some questions that have come up before. And then you guys make a decision on, we'll pass on him, but we'll take her. And then that's who you would get.
Excuse me, it's my understanding that your concerns were traffic related more than crime, correct?
Yeah.
So that's what they're worried about is people
What subdivision?
driving 50 miles an
I'm
hour.
on Winfield Road. And so my question is the sheriff's department looking at employing new technologies and strategies to supplement, because the population is only getting more and more dense and the budgets are getting tighter. And so it seems to me that doing more of the same is not going to satisfy the future issues. Right. And my question is are there any strategies being employed in the use of technology?
So we have the technology, and the township actually cooperates with us and actually loan us technology, moving radars, LiDARs. The problem isn't the technology. The problem is every single police department is short-staffed across the country.
Right.
Right now we do have a truck enforcement officer. He's been writing a lot of tickets for truck enforcement on the bridge at Geneva Road in Winfield, and that came up because that road, that bridge apparently is not rated for excessive weight. We have the technology, we have the equipment, we just don't have the personnel.
Yeah, because I would think that if you put speed cameras, permanently applied speed cameras on Winfield Road, and you would make a lot of money. I'm not kidding you. You would be able to buy officers, no problem, and you would get them from people driving at 3 a.m.
So here's a catch with that. Whenever we write a ticket, since we're a county agency, we don't get any of that money. That money goes to the general fund for the county,
Okay.
which means everybody, the health department, the coroner's office. So if I write 100 tickets in your township, unless it's a parking ticket,
Yeah.
you guys get very little money for that.
That's fine. I don't really care about the money. I just want people to stop doing it, and somebody will get some money, and people will stop driving that fast.
That would have to be a county initiative through the DuPage County Transportation Department and the county board.
So DuPage. So I would have to go to DuPage County. Give me a person or a.
Contact Jim Zay.
Okay.
Sheila Rutledge, right?
That's all I
George Scarzy, yes.
That's
Those
what I
three,
want.
they're county board members.
Contact Jim.
So I suppose that it'd have to come out of his budget, so how could he go out and hire more deputies? Would that come out of that, that would be a county project, right?
We are
He's
working
been
to
trying to
hire
hire more deputies for a long time.
We increased
Since
salaries.
last year.
We're taking laterals. Most of our new hires are from Chicago PD.
Yeah. Wanna go back?
Yeah.
Just sad.
We're trying. There's a page called the Blue Line. It tells you about all the departments hiring. You'll see almost every single police department in Illinois hiring, and they're all fighting with each other for resources. So
I do have a question for you. If let's just say we working with our people here, and we figure out like in this subdivision at this particular time, there's speeders that are happening on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Can you please have somebody at this spot getting up? Can that be arranged?
yes and no. So we could. Well, here's the reason. We don't know what's going to happen in the area when we're there.
Of course, I understand.
So we could try to be there. We're addressing that right now down in Hinsdale. Kids are cutting through their signs, so we've had a deputy there for about 6 days straight, writing tickets to everybody. And I'll tell you, the speeding cars, From our experience, when we do the traffic, it's not always people cutting through. A lot of times it's the residents that live in that area cutting
You
through.
got that
Oh.
highlight?
Right.
So, but if you, Purnell Road is one example. I line them all up on Purnell Road, because that's how bad it is sometimes.
Yeah.
The bad thing is, once they see me do it, then nobody else does it. You see them all start to do U-turns, or they flip around and then they make the left-hand turn, which is legal. So they do learn the tricks just to go around the block, and then they won't get in trouble. But if you tell me there's a problem, we'll address it.
The
Drag race.
license plate readers that I've seen get put up, is that based on the sheriff's department, where to put those?
A lot of them, yes. The ones in your subdivision, they're from a company called Flock, and they're used to identify stolen cars. Because from our experience using technology, once that stolen car goes into your subdivision, they're there to burglarize your vehicle, steal your property, or steal another car. So those Flock cameras give us up-to-date alerts saying there's a stolen car in the subdivision. We send resources there. Once they see a squad car, go behind them, they'll get out of that area, which isn't ideal, but at least they're not in your neighborhood. The other thing is we could try to arrest them. Yeah, I know it sounds bad.
Some is in my neighborhood.
How long is that data kept?
So Flock will keep it for about 6 months unless we ask them to tag it, and they won't share with anybody except the sheriff's office.
So if someone's drag racing in his area or doing donuts at a specific spot and he wants to try to find a license plate number from that, try and say, cut it out.
We could, so if there's a crime attached to it, like drag racing, we could do that.
Cut it.
And I'm just curious, would you be interested in paying an extra $55 or something on your taxes for this?
If we knew it was gonna solve the problem.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because if what I'm hearing is that the resources are spread so thin, I mean, mathematically, you may not ever be able to take care of all of the issues.
Right.
So the question is what number of officers do you need? And that's my question about strategy.
Mm-hmm.
What is the strategy beyond what we've always done? And is there something out there that people are looking at? Because to me, I don't whatever we're doing, it's not working. And I understand that Winfield Road is a county highway. Okay, so the trucks can come down it, no problem. And they all come down it because they don't pay the toll to get on Winfield. And then they turn on Roosevelt to get onto 59. So it's everybody's going down, and the ambulances, and then all the DuPage County people, all the DuPage County health people, all of them. So the people that are speeding on Winfield Road do not live anywhere near us. They are all transient people that are coming through. And that to me is like, let's just get cameras and start giving them tickets, and then they'll realize, hey, I can't go 65 miles an hour on Winfield.
On a personal level, I would love that because we have so many similar concerns in the county. The bad thing is we have no control, even over a stop sign. If you were to say we need a stop sign, the sheriff's office has zero input on the stop sign. So I echo
That's a Jim Zay call that
No,
I talked about.
that's county engineering.
County engineering.
So I echo a lot of your guys' concerns.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're strictly law enforcement, and just like in Carroll Stream Police, the mayor and his trustees or his councilmen, whatever they are, they would have to be the ones to do their own investigation, do their own traffic study, and they still have to get permission from DuPage County.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
DuPage County and the state are like big brother for a lot of these things.
Okay. Thank you.
I know that we get at least one patrol through the subdivision in the morning and one in the evening. If we had a dedicated person, what would that be? More patrols than that, or not?
So Bloomingdale Township also has a deputy, and they actually give the deputy a sheet, and the supervisor asks that every week that deputy turn in a sheet of how many times they patrolled in the morning and in the evening for each subdivision. So you guys would set up your own rules for checking the deputy. And if you don't like the deputy, he or she's not gonna lose their job, but Supervisor Prater could call the sheriff and say, hey, sheriff, this deputy is not meeting our demands, can we get somebody else? And you will probably get somebody else fairly quickly.
Would you hire a new person to fill that position?
No, a letter of interest goes out to every patrolman and that's available, and I'll train them.
So is it overtime for them or what?
No, it'd come out of your guys'
The levy that you do.
yeah, it wouldn't count as manpower. So you guys would have a B car still assigned, plus this extra deputy assigned. and you guys would actually have a lot extra coverage because you would have a beat car, Wayne Township car would be available because there's just Hawthorne is the cutoff. You guys would have your own, and then the beat 4 car, which is Naperville, comes up to about 88. So you guys would kind of shorten your response time significantly depending on where they're at.
So who would I have where I'm at? Because if we're talking about Purnell and everything down there, and I'm unincorporated up here with the same officer patrol me,
Yeah.
and also
Correct.
where Sean lives.
If you're
Yes.
Winfield Township, yes.
Yes.
If you're, we got our own deputy, the
Yeah.
same.
The whole
But he just
36
resigned,
square
he just
miles.
goes, and then fills on his report, we're over there.
42 linear miles, whatever.
Yeah,
36.
42,
Is it 36?
42 miles of road.
Right, 36 square.
Deputy Mansour is very busy. She helps out with recycle events. She goes to the senior event because we have a senior center. So she goes to their events also. She flexes her hours. She's the one that attends all the meetings. So if Northwoods has a meeting, she'd be there every meeting. So she would, or he would be somebody you would know very well. Yes, sir.
Do they have schools in unincorporated areas too?
Yes. Indian Knoll School is unincorporated.
That's ours, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And falls under your.
Correct.
Alright.
That's the only one.
Now, does Wayne have, Milton has some,
Wayne has Benjamin Middle School. All around
and
St.
do
Charles.
those extra officers increase response times
Yes, because yes and no.
or decrease?
Let's say the Wayne Township deputy is doing a patrol on Stearns Road at the county line and something comes out, it's still gonna take her a significant amount of time to get to, let's say, Hawthorne and County Farm. So it all depends on where they're at, but since there's multiple deputies in your area, it does increase the chance that one will be nearby.
Now, if something happens in the city of West Chicago, I mean, West Chicago has their own police department, right? But if you guys were like right there when the call came out, would you guys go to do that or not?
Not necessarily,
Not necessarily.
because we don't share radio frequencies with them.
Oh, you don't?
So we share with the Forest Preserve Police. So if something happened in the Forest Preserve, we would hear it directly from the radio. What would happen is there's two agencies of dispatch, Addison Dispatch, which is what we use, and DUCOM, which is right here at the county complex.
Are you doing anything to the drug dealers in back of Reed Kepler in the parking lot? That's why the
I don't think you could talk about it because it's an investigation.
Well, it's not, that park is West Chicago, so it might be West
that's
Chicago.
West Chicago. Okay.
So DUMAG has a unit run by the state police. They investigate nothing but drugs in DuPage County. They're around. I'll never know where they're at. You'll never know where they're at. But they do increase high level. That's what we have. One gentleman in Homeland Security. All he does is help investigate large amounts of drugs going through the county. And he does bring in a lot of arrests. You're just never going to hear about it because it's a federal case.
Okay, so from this discussion, you can either choose to put something on the next
Agenda.
election, next ballot, asking everyone, if they want to put this on, if they want to have a deputy in Winfield Township. The only thing I have a concern about is people that aren't unincorporated, they're not gonna understand that this, you have to write it perfectly so that they understand
They
that
don't
this
get the
tax.
ballot.
They don't get the
They don't
ballot.
get the ballot.
People
It's
in the
only
city won't be
one.
voting on this.
You're right, it won't be.
Because it
tax
prints,
levy.
it's a printing ballot just for your area now with the HERT system.
Judy won't be on Judy's ballot, it won't be on Mark's ballot, it won't be on
Correct,
Mike's
it won't
ballot.
be,
Yeah.
because it's
It won't be
land-
on your ballot.
Correct, it won't.
Yeah, your ballot.
It'll just be
But
Danny,
they still
Sean.
need to be worded so you realize that you're hiring
How many
just for the
businesses, I
unincorporated.
don't
Right.
know,
Right.
separate
Right.
homes, are there
So,
businesses in
or-
unincorporated?
And you can even check the townships that have it. Find out how they worded theirs, if they put it as a referendum and, grab two.
Or they could do
It has
it,
to
it could be an annual town
Yeah.
meeting or just a special meeting, I was told. So if this,
Yeah,
once you
it's
get
in the town hall
to
meeting,
master,
wait a year.
you can have a special.
Do all the townships have a
No,
dedicated?
York, Bloomingdale, Greene, and Milton.
They have them?
Yes.
They
Did
have-
it start out in a process like this where everybody said something
Yes.
should get done?
A woman named Joe Marook, I don't know if you guys know Joe Marook, she was a supervisor for Wayne Township back in the 80s. She's the one that started this whole program, and then it's been going on since then.
So you people, what's your feeling on this, of being in the unincorporated area? Yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes?
I'd be yes.
So,
I
so
mean-
who wants to pay more taxes?
Oh, I don't.
Okay, so that's sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Because
thing
it went
is,
up already.
Mr. Lieutenant Castillo now.
You just tell me that, that's fine.
Is always been very, very supportive of West Wind area and very interactive with us and everything. But the unincorporated area of Winfield Township is what, 42 miles worth of, okay, what is one more deputy gonna do for us?
A lot.
Really? Do you really think that that's
I
gonna
do.
change Purnell
Because
Road? Do you think that's
It's
gonna
not
change?
gonna change
Dayton?
Purnell Road, but it'll start writing tickets. See, right now, if I want to have a deputy write tickets on Purnell Road, I have to pay overtime for a deputy to sit there. Because it's very hard to get Ed, it's very hard to get Terry, it's very hard to get a beat cop to sit there when they have other duties to perform, especially during school season. They're all sitting at all the schools in the whole county patrolling, making sure moms don't go around the school bus, okay? So that's very hard to do. But where I live in Woodland Subdivision, if I could get a cop on a Saturday, and you can't tell a police officer to write tickets. It's morally wrong.
Well, you could ask them.
You could ask him to sit there and monitor the traffic flow.
I have no problem with it.
You can sit there and ask him to monitor the traffic flow. For instance, when all that crap was happening in Oak Brook, I was working in my backyard repairing my septic field. I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the world. I go out front and I got ATVs and motorcycles flying up and down my street. I called the radio room. The lady actually yelled at me and said she had more important things to do than take my phone call. Well, that was the wrong thing to say. Because I called the sheriff on his cell phone. I had 3 deputies at my house in about 10 minutes. Because I was swearing at them. The point is if we had a deputy that was ours, we could tell him the problem days in certain areas. The times.
Is really important to us.
I see a sheriff come through my neighborhood all the time, but it's 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm walking my dog. It's not at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock when the school buses are going 60 miles an hour down Leicester Street and it's 25 miles an hour. And I stood out there with the extra portable handgun and clocked them.
So is it gonna be a special meeting?
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
But if we had our own deputy, we could help monitor where they're going.
It's been over with.
Right.
And who would,
Ed, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take over because it is
well, I
actually.
just wanna know, who would make those changes to what the deputy?
The voters.
It would be,
Well,
Technically.
the voters have to vote the deputy in.
yes.
And then Nicole and I would work together to work a schedule.
With the
What
board's
would
consent.
you, how often do
Yeah.
you change it? That schedule.
As needed.
It might be a winter schedule and a summer schedule. If there's a snowstorm, he might be off Wednesday and working all night or Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be me though.
You
You
know?
would want me, but it wouldn't be me.
Well, if there's a snowstorm, they might be out writing tickets for it.
Exactly.
So they get the roads cleared.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There's a lot to go through, but we first have to come to the consensus. Do you want the board to proceed with going for a referendum?
I like the idea because I actually have a school by. I have a school that's right outside
So,
of
okay, so let me
school.
ask a question, so there's, the voters can get a referendum on, the board can get a referendum on, and the third option is a special meeting. Tell me what happens at a special meeting.
So each person can get 15 signatures and say, I want a special meeting.
Okay.
2 people on this board, I can even call a special meeting at any point. But it's kind of better sometimes when this comes from the voters, I'm just saying. But I can call a special meeting, we can ask the park district again to meet at this park district, or
Yeah,
even have,
special town meeting.
or we can have a special town meeting.
Oh, yeah,
Ask-
that's right, we do that, we
And
voted on
ask,
that.
say, hey, we're gonna have a special town meeting on this day, we actually have to give 30-day notice to put it in the newspaper, we do have to do that, or 15-day notice to put it in the newspaper, saying, hey, this is gonna be happening at this date regarding this, and here's the agenda, have the agenda, just like the annual town meeting, but 15 days prior, I have to have at least 15 days
So
to put it in the paper.
everybody there gets a vote.
Yes.
So like right now, all of you, like how we've been voting on issues, just the board, you guys.
I guess we're-
Just like the annual town meeting.
I think that would be good because it would also inform everybody. If you're worried about the referendum falling flat or people not understanding,
Right,
at least if they go to the meeting, they'll hear it firsthand and then they'll at least understand it.
right,
If you
education.
don't, if you just put it on the ballot, people will be going, what the hell is this, you know?
So that's it, so if you have 2,500 people, I don't know how many houses there are, or.
There's about 2,500 unincorporated homes.
Homes, okay, so then it would be up to you guys too, to, everybody takes, 10 of you take 25 homes, or, 15 take even less. And hand out the notice, this is what the agenda is, this is what we're gonna be discussing, please come to the meeting and vote.
Right.
So,
Just have to know.
What's great about this is if you guys are not happy, you do not have to renew the contract every year.
That's good too.
That is good to know. So your taxes don't stay that price from there forward. If you decide to quit the program,
You don't collect the tax.
they don't collect.
so that's it, either you could get a certain percentage of signatures, okay, to get a referendum on, or you can get 15 signatures to get a special meeting,
Yes.
right?
Yes, or we can call one. You can just call.
Board can call.
Okay.
Board can call,
Or the board can call a special meeting, okay.
which is what we can decide too.
Yeah.
We haven't adjourned yet, so we can make that decision as well. Sorry.
But you
I'm sorry, it's bad.
couldn't enact a increase to the
Taxes, no.
Taxes.
I don't know when it will go into effect, that's right, we need to tell someone right now. So if we had, from 15 days, okay, sorry, 17 days from now, so we had a special meeting, we said, yes, we wanted to do this, I would then have to go to the clerk and clerk's office and say, hey, my unincorporated people said they wanted this, you know what I mean, here's the rule, here's the ordinance now, we signed up on it. We now need to accrue this tax. Sheriff, once we accrue this tax, when can we actually start getting a deputy? When would the deputy start? You know,
It's a good question.
exactly. So that's why I would also have to find that out. And what I can do is, I can put this on the agenda for next month. Unless it happens, something comes up and they want, people request a meeting afterwards, I'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Would that deputy give a report?
So do a special meeting, sorry, do
No,
a special meeting, and then, go from there and try to find out this information after this, if this does happen, if it passes, these are the next steps. This is this is when the deputy would start working at the township.
Okay, so I think this was your question, is at the special meeting, is the deputy giving a report?
No. Does the deputy give like a monthly report of what he's done or
Yeah,
how
The deputy would give it to me and it'd be my department reports.
Yeah.
But does the deputy do a report like that or
It
not?
depends what the township wants. Wayne wants their deputy there every meeting that the board meets. So she's there twice a month, and then in the summer once a month. Blooming does the same way. Supervisor Bailey in
Might
New
be
York,
my son.
he requires the deputy
That's
certain
all
times
his
only.
But
Come back.
could they do a written report or is it just all?
It's up to you guys. She actually submits a report, and Winfield Township actually puts it on their website.
So we could write our own scope of work. We write the RFP or whatever to say this is what we want, this is your job description, this is what we want.
That would come from.
Yeah, from me, right. You just write what you want.
And how would we monitor the effectiveness of?
That would be up to your supervisor to determine if the concerns from the community are being addressed to the deputy, and if those concerns keep on coming in, why are they still coming in? So basically, the deputies would have to come in and talk to the supervisor, a couple times a week and not every day, and they would have a communication of what the problems are, and what are they working on, and do they got fixed or not.
Yeah, I mean, like tickets issued, right, and that kind of monitoring I'm talking about like numbers of actual people that, right?
If they
Okay,
want
I'm sorry, I'm
to-
gonna take over again, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, because this meeting is still not adjourned yet. What we're gonna do is on the next meeting, I'm gonna have it as a line item, to schedule a special meeting for this, from us, as a board. Got it? Does that sound good? So that no one else, and that way we will set up the meeting room, set up everything, do the times, just like our annual town meeting, everything the same, with the agenda on the newspaper, inform everybody. If you wanna know what that is, if you wanna have the email for that, please make sure I have your email. Send me an email and let me know. I'll make sure you get it. Thank you. Sergeant Cassidy for being here. If you want to still talk with them after the meeting, by all means, please come talk with them.
Special meeting, everybody, you can also talk as public comments,
Of course.
so just to let you know.
Okay, so having said that, what?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by both, seconded by trustee Blackman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion passes 8:33 p.m. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Nice to meet you. But you guys are more than welcome to stay and
I
talk.
have a
with
blue
us.
house with a red door, I have a big circle drive.
You're not by the new guys, right?
South, not next door, so you know where Mac Road is. Go, 3 houses up from that. I'm on the east side of the road on a blue house with a big circle drive. I'm usually out in the garden. No. Well, my neighbor's son was killed, he was called Jake.
Yes, absolutely.
Those are 2 years ago.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you my card. I wanna make sure you and I get in touch with each other. Carl or Gaston, those two. I wanna make sure this is the president of Winfield. So I wanna make sure that if we get to that degree where we can actually put, like in Warrenville, they have some lights, flashing lights with the number, this is your speed type kind of deal, and sometimes people slow down just because they see the red and blue light. They don't realize that, you know, yeah.
This would be my
But even if they can clock it and monitor and send tickets out, I don't know if Carl's looking into anything like that. For the board, I can at least say, hey Carl, talk to this lady.
I went big this time, I got a 40.
Also, do you know the skid?
It's like never.
Just Skillman?
I'm sorry.